guys get a notification. I'm sorry if I sound a little squeaky, but hey, everybody. For anybody clicking in, thank you for checking out my channel for the Love of Water Tarot. It's your girl Chianti, and I felt inclined to do a collective read. Hopefully you guys get a notification and you jump in. I pulled a couple of cards and I meditated before I started this read, and I got the energy that came up, the title, basically. Hey, Marcy. Let me get in here, so get in here a little closer. There we go. Hey, Velith. Hey, Kim Possible. So yeah, I'm going to do a collective read. What inspired me to do the collective read is because the Pisces read that I did last night was spot on. And I tell you guys all the time, the reads are spot on. I just read energy. You know, it just may not always be a sign in what you think it is, but it doesn't make it any less true. And I ended up quickly realizing this morning, or this afternoon, how that read resonated. And the funny thing was that it was the exact things that I was talking about, but it was happening to someone very close to me that is not a Pisces. And so I decided that I wanted to do a collective read. Guys, it is a general read. It's not going to resonate for every last single one of you, nor should it. I am simply not that gifted. I'm a little gifted, but not that gifted, okay? But if it does resonate for you, please make sure you take care of your girl with a like, comment, subscribe, share. Email me for theloveofwatertarot@gmail.com. If you're interested in booking me for a private reading, I am still offering the mini reads, the ones that I do on the live Q&A sessions. I am offering those for private reads. They are $25. Turnaround time is typically no less than 48 hours. Lately, because I've been doing much better, I'm getting some of them done the same day. Can't guarantee the same day, but at least 48 hours, okay? I want to do this read a little different, so I want to lay everything down and then start clarifying, okay? So I can try to get to what's going on. But I definitely picked up. I feel like this is a collective energy. I feel like this is probably how some of us are feeling. Put yourself where you go in it, okay? But I feel like there is an energy and a spirit with the collective right now of just like really kind of, I feel like with the divine timing card, I feel like that is how a lot of us are feeling, like just trusting divine timing, understanding that greater forces are at play, right? Releasing control of shit, right? And understanding and feeling and knowing that all is working out for your greater good regardless, right? And the card that came and flipped out with that was also the North Node. So it's like a very much energy of like, it feels like I will survive, right? I'm ready to face forward. I will survive. I know that I'm going to be okay. I know that everything is gonna work out in my favor or work out for me in the end, right? There's a very there's the energies coming off is very much it came up with North Node, and that is forward-facing energy. When you're in your North Node energy, you are facing true north. That is when you're headed right into your fate and your destiny, right? This is when you start finding your life path. This is when you start getting the karmic rewards for some of the karmic challenges that you've experienced, okay? Hey, Pooh. Hey, Leslie. Hey, Andreas. Did I say that right? I hope so. That's right. And I feel like there's an energy of people feeling like that. Like, and I hate to say it's not like it is what it is in a very flippant way. It doesn't feel flippant, but it's just like being okay. Like feeling like okay, no pressure, no panic, right? So let's go ahead and pull some energy for the collective spirit, okay? Okay. See, that's what I'm talking about. Just bear with me. Work with the kid. This keeps happening. My braid keeps getting stuck in my bracelet. Okay. Some more. All right, we can get into it. Just bear with me. One more. There we go. Alrighty. The overall energy of what's going on in the collective right now, which I am not mad at, I'm loving, is a nurturing energy. I do feel like a lot of us are feeling very, very much that way about ourselves, right? Listen, it's like I said, I can't speak for everybody, but I can read energy, and I'm just gonna assign the energy to you, the you that's listening to this. But this is collective, so if you're feeling this way, you're not feeling this way alone, and you have to put this where this goes and who it goes to. There's an energy with the overall energy. This is all about nurturing, right? And nurturing, the card of nurturing reads compassion, love, sincere feelings, wants to take care of you, and protective. Now I feel like that is a dual thing that's happening here with the collective, because I do feel like there's a certain degree or a certain group of us that is feeling that way about ourselves, right? It's bigger than just, you know, you want to nurture somebody or somebody wanting to nurture you. I feel like there's the real energy of like nurturing oneself and feeling compassion for oneself, right? I also feel like there's also an energy of nurturing connections where there is compassion and love and sincere feelings, and you being protective over the ones that's like that about you, like you not playing about the ones that doesn't play about you, right? Definitely some of that energy. Y'all make sure y'all take care of me with the likes, okay? Now let's talk about what's going on in the current right now with the collective, because with what I titled the video and what I was channeling, it makes perfect sense, because the energy right now in the present with the collective is a card of receiving, right? It literally says open, and I feel like a lot of us are open. It gives me that energy like it's trust time. Like I just have to trust that divine time and that destiny. I gotta trust that everything is working out for my highest good. I gotta trust that greater forces are at play, right? And everything is gonna work out the way it's supposed to. And it's coming up in a very open energy. Like we are open and receptive. And it says receptive, opening up, generosity, gifts, assistance. It's the Six of Pentacles. It's almost like, you know, I feel like it's like an energy of putting it out to the universe, like anything the universe got to send to you positive, bring it on, right? Open. It's definitely an energy of being open, but I feel like it's open for some positive shit, right? For shit that's nurturing. I feel like, you know, food to the soul and shit like that, right? For sure. Let me go ahead and grab the deck and start clarifying and seeing what additional messages I get. So the current energy right now is definitely being open. This is open. I like this though, because this makes me feel like I said, for whoever this is resonating for, it's a real energy of like, it feels like very much being ready for new, right? And also an energy of not tripping about anything in the past, right? Because when you trust in divine timing, it's almost like you are trusting the path that you yourself are on. You trust in yourself, right? You trusting that you on the right path, that you're doing the right things, that you got your mind right, right? Even if you can't see it yet, right? Because part of trusting something is like you have to have faith to trust something, right? You may not always have proof. We don't always have a lot of proof for the things that we trust. We have to have faith. So I feel like there's very much an energy of that right now in the current. Clarify this. There it is. The Six of Swords. See, there's an energy of being ready to move on, and I like that. Now, the Six of Swords is about like, it could be physically moving on, right? Literally moving on. But like you see, it's water and a boat, and people are on the boat and they're moving on. It could almost be like emotionally, if some of it is like emotionally moving on, like letting go, releasing and letting go, and like not being so emotional about some stuff anymore. Like it almost was like with the swords and the water, it's like when you kind of unbalance your head and your heart about some ish, and you ready to move forward. That's how it's feeling with the Six of Swords. Hey, Two Fly for you. How you doing, babe? So there's a real energy right now in the collective of like being open to receive whatever the universe got to send to me. But again, it feels very much more like I don't mean that in a negative way. Like, don't send me no negative shit, right? But for sure, it's definitely being open for, like I said, for connections where there is nurturing, where there's compassion, there's love, there's sincere feelings, right? Where there's people who that is protective over you and protective over the connection, and you open for that. But I do feel like, well, I'm just gonna say you, but the energy is definitely. I feel like there's a real energy right now with the collective for whoever feeling like this. I do feel like there's an energy of balancing out the emotional and the mental aspect of some things and being ready to move forward. North Node is facing forward, right? Ready to go right into the fate, right? So the shit that's faded, and it's also an evolution, right? There's definitely something about an evolved outlook, right? Yep, and look, it's the Six of Pentacles. I love when they do that. This is the Six of Pentacles. I love when they clarify each other because that's how I know I'm right, for sure. Yes. Now, what's crossing this energy is regrets. Now, we can assign the regrets to whoever have them, but they are there. There is an energy that's crossing the energy of moving on. And I feel like, oh, I'm hearing that might have been the problem in the past. I feel like what's happening is an energy of moving forward with no regrets now, right? Hey, Kelly. I felt like doing a collective, and I know everybody click in when they see Pisces, but I felt like what I had to say was just bigger than Pisces because the Pisces read resonated 100% last night, and it actually resonated for someone who was close to me that's not a Pisces. I'm like, yeah, let me do a collective. I feel like the regrets that's crossing this could be in regards of, I feel like there could be regrets that someone held back and stayed in situations too long, that they suffered in silence, right? That they blocked thoughts and emotions about some shit in the past, right? Because I'm hearing the present energy is about moving forward and being open to move forward and being very receptive to move forward with no regrets, right? For sure. Now, given that the current energy, given that there's a collective spirit of being ready to move on, and like I said, it feels very much like I got my heart and my head right about it, right? And now that I have my heart and my head right about it, I can move forward. I can move through it. I can move on from it, right? But when you are in that energy, that does open you up. That does make you open and receptive to new things because this is exactly what you're doing. Now, there could be energies that someone has made come to this conclusion and decision about that does have regrets for sure. But I feel like the problem may be for whoever's feeling this way, the problem may be with the regrets. Somebody may definitely have regrets that they repressed. They like I said, it's something about repressing some ish. Someone could have definitely held back. Someone could have suffered in silence, took a lot of shit that they shouldn't have took, right? Someone could definitely regret that they blocked their thoughts. And I don't know, it could almost feel like somebody forgave too easy, or somebody could have thought something about some ish, but then quickly changed their mind, right? It feels like there's a regret that someone repressed, because it feels like with this moving on, and I hate to say it like this, but I'm going to say it like this. Often when we get in this energy where we're ready to do this, it's almost like you can almost be like, damn, I should have done it a long time ago, right? It feels like it could be a little bit like a little bit of that. Hey, Shorty, how you doing, baby? Let me clarify these regrets, though, that's crossing it. What's crossing these regrets here for the soul chart? Look, the Nine of Swords. There it is. Sleepless. See, Five of Wands. I feel like, first of all, let me tell you something. The energy that's in the collective with this moving on energy, right? It is attached to a fucking situation where there was anxiety, sleepless nights. I feel like there was bickering, tug of war, back and forth. It's like it could be something about regrets that somebody even participated in it, right? Right. I feel like there's a regret of participation. There's a regret of repressing, right? Not really saying when one felt about things, right? Holding back, like I said, with that Nine of Swords and holding back and suffering in silence. It's like, yeah, like I don't know because I and listen, put this where this goes, but I feel like there could be an energy of a little bit of regret that somebody allowed themselves, like sleepless nights, anxiety, you know. I feel like there's a regret that somebody really let some shit get into their head or get to them in the first place. And like I said, it feels like there's a regret that somebody even participated in this type of shit. That's what I'm getting. Now, if someone is feeling like they ready to move on from that type of stuff, this could be somebody that brought this kind of energy that's definitely regretting it, right? This could be somebody, this could be the person who actually provokes this kind of shit, having regrets and sleepless nights. But if with the Five of Wands under there, with that energy of them being in regret, I feel like with the Five of Wands, they probably are still that type of, somebody could regret that you moving on and that you not effing with them anymore. But that don't mean they change anything about themselves, right? They just regret you gone because you was a good MFer, right? But an apology is just words without changed behavior. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not even saying an apology is here. Like I said, it's a couple ways I'm getting it because I am getting like there could be a real energy like I regret that I even participated and played games and allowed this shit to keep me up at night, stress me out, that I even went back and forth with this bullshit, that I held back, I repressed some things, I suffered in silence, right? I definitely feel like that there could be that energy. And again, the person that could have been causing this type of energy, that person could also regret it now, right? It could definitely be like now they regret it, right? Now they stressed out about it. But the Five of Wands here with the King of Wands is I feel like this is somebody who provoked it though, right? This is somebody who are all but, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. And let me know if it's just me. But I've been getting an overwhelming urge lately. And I don't mean this in a naive way because y'all know I'm a grown ass woman. I know life is not sun drops and rainbows and lollipops all the time. But I've been feeling the incessive need to surround myself. I want everything clean. I want everything fresh, and I want everything positive and new. I just don't have the effing energy for negativity these days. And the way it is feeling to me in my life, I know that I have identified some of the issue in my life. I know that I'm never going to be bothered with it the same way anymore. And I don't know, like you guys know, I told you over this last year, I haven't really been studying astrology and stuff, and up until very, very recently, I hadn't even watched any YouTube videos, so I couldn't have told you what was going on with the moon, the sun, the stars, none of that. But I have been paying attention these last few days, and I didn't even know like it was like a eclipse, a full moon in Pisces. Now I'm Pisces myself, and it's funny because I was watching a documentary and they were talking about Saturn energy, and they was talking about how Saturn is a teacher, and in astrology, Saturn is like a father figure, a teacher, a hard teacher, right? A teacher that teaches tough lessons. And then I went on YouTube and I heard something about Pisces being in Saturn. And for the first time ever, because typically that something like that would annoy me. For the first time ever, I'm like, yep. But this time around, it's not gonna be bad on me because I'm gonna learn the lesson, like I've learned, right? And I don't know, there could just be a collective energy. I feel like there's a collective energy of being very open to receive new-ish, right? Like I said, and I feel like there's an openness, but the card does say gifts, assistance, generosity, nurturing, compassion, love, sincere feelings, right? It doesn't feel like just open for anything, right? right? For sure. Let me get one more on these regrets here for what's crossing this. Give me one more. Look, the Four of Swords. There's a real energy of healing. The Four of Wands. Yep. There's regrets. There's regrets about like stress and anxiety and all this shit dealing with some sort of partnerships, having to heal. Healing from that. The problem is like getting over it, healing from it, dealing with the regrets of it, getting your head and your heart together so you can move forward, so you can open. So there's an energy of opening up, right? For sure, and that's in the collective right now. So like I said, it's there, and you have to put that where that goes. Who's feeling that way? But I see that. I definitely feel like there's an energy of moving on from certain connections for sure. And healing. The reason why the problem is regrets in the Nine of Swords and the Four of Swords is because the issue is like healing and getting over that shit. But I do feel like in the present there's a strong urge to want to do that. Now, when I pulled the cards for what we are aware of, what are we conscious of, the person who's maybe listening to this video and that it resonates, right? I talk about first what you're aware of, and then we're going to talk about what you're unaware of. And as I was shuffling, that came out, so I'm going to take it. I was getting ready to show you guys that your consciousness is the Empress, whoever I'm speaking to, and especially if this is resonating for you, right? However this is going, I just feel like your consciousness is that you're on this Empress energy, right? This is intuitive, nurturing, creative, and magnetic, right? This is the queen of all queens, right? The ultimate energy of abundance and fertility and creativeness, right? I feel like that is the kind of energy, like I said, so this could be you or this could be someone else. I just see the energy of like being very much able, very much in the spirit of trusting whatever God or whatever the universe got for you. And like I said, literally what I meditated on before the video is your fate is in destiny's hands. It's very much looking forward. And Sagittarius was strong in those cards too, so put that where that goes. Judgment was coming out right when I was trying to clarify the Empress. So I do feel like there's an energy of you, the person I'm talking to. There's definitely an energy of trusting your own judgment, for sure. With that Empress and Judgment, I feel like, and it's also trusting your own judgment, because again, there's some sort of energy of like having your head and your heart right about whatever the fuck you moving on from. Let me just say that. There is like making some ultimate decisions, some ultimate judgment calls. There's like a huge wake up call. It could be definitely coming like the wake up call of your Empress energy, period, right? It could just be the wake up call like that you really are the Empress, right? That you are literally the grower and the giver of all things, right? Like I said, it feels very confident. Like I said, trusting yourself, trusting your judgment, right? Huge wake up calls about what you like who you are and what you got to offer and what you bring to the table. That's why I said I know you open and you got your head and your heart together about moving on. Like emotionally, like I said, it's emotionally and mentally, it's moving to a better place about things. Even if you're not physically moving, you definitely moving to a better place and opening up for sure. Somebody is, right? Right? What's underneath this deck? The Ten of Wands and letting some ish go. See, I feel like there's definitely an energy. It feels like that bag lady, right? Y'all, some of y'all on that energy, right? The Ten of Wands is like not carrying no baggage and no burdens. Yes, that's what it is. It's like you, whoever I'm talking to, what you're aware of, you like there's I feel like something about you feel like your soul is free. Yes. Are y'all like breaking karmic ties and shit like that? There's some sort of energy of feeling like your soul is free, that you are free to ascend, and it's this Empress energy here. The Ten of Wands makes me feel like this is the loads that you are no longer carrying. Yeah, Four of Pentacles. Yeah. There's some energy about like not carrying. The Ten of Wands is a heavy load, and it's a burden. And it could be not carrying the burdens of others, or not even like, or carrying the burdens about other-ish anymore, right? This is just bigger than when you're not carrying a burden of others. It, like I said, with this Six of Swords here for me, with this receive, what it's giving me is it's bigger than not just carrying the burdens of others. It's like, it's almost like it even feels, it feels bigger than, it just feels like not carrying, I don't know, like I said, maybe not, maybe not sitting in that energy with them regrets and them anxieties and ish anymore either, right? It could be an energy of forgiving yourself, right? Because I, like I said, whoever I'm talking about, because I do feel like there's some sort of regret about suffering in silence and holding back and letting some shit stress you out and give you anxiety and keep you up at night. Whoever I'm talking to, it's just, I read energy, so you have to put it where it goes. It's collective. I could be talking about anybody. Like I said, if this is not you, then put it where it goes, because it's somebody, and I'm sure if you're paying attention to what I'm saying, you'll know exactly who it is. There is an energy of not holding on to certain connections with certain people too tightly, right? Yes, it's like not holding on to that shit too tightly. Still, there's still like love and affection, but there is some sort of cycle of holding on to some people that you love and care about too tightly, or caring too much, right? Because I do feel like somebody do feel like their soul is free. They are free to ascend past some shit, for sure. For sure. Put it where it goes. Hey, L Queen. How you doing, boo? And the other card that came out when I asked for what your consciousness is, a conscious is aware of, closed off came out, which is resistance, guard, and block, and pride, defense of the wounded warrior. So I feel like in some sort of way, shape, form, or fashion, it's almost like are you telling me you know you gotta close yourself off to certain energies? Because it feels like it's you that's like in this energy. I don't know. It's so funny to feel like the Empress and you ascend, like an ascending, and your soul is free, right? Set your soul free. But then also feeling like you also need to keep up the resistance, keep your guard up, right? Some of you may be closing yourself off to that type of energy. Yeah, you know what? Oh, okay. Are you freeing yourself from them kind of energies? From them kind of energies that's closed off, that's guarded, that's blocking, that's got a lot of pride, that's defensive, right? Yeah, you could also be telling me you freeing yourself, almost like the energy I'm getting from it, because I with that energy of feeling like I said, not holding on to people that you do care about too tightly anymore, like setting yourself free from that. You could be telling me that you're ascending, and like your soul is ascending, and you open and gonna do what you gotta do. But it could definitely be like freeing yourself of energies where it's like we all got people in our life that no matter how much we try to help them, that they are resistant, right? People who are resistant and closed off to change, to new, to opening up, right? Because remember, I had that Five of Wands energy, right? And it could definitely be like if there's an energy of I'm ready to move forward, I got my mind and my heart right, and I'm ready to move forward mentally and emotionally, and I'm open, and I'm ready and open for new. If there's an energy in the air like that, right? If someone is feeling that way, I can completely understand why someone is deciding to set themselves free from energies that are resistant, right? I listen, and I don't mean it like that, but can you understand what I'm saying? Like, I think we all know people like this. The kind of people who are like they're always resistant to new, or yeah, like I just I like, let me say the old stuck in my ways type of people. I ain't really big on stuck on my ways type of people. And I don't mean it like that, because some things it's okay to be stuck in your ways about. When we talking about your morals and your character and your integrity, I am stuck in my ways about certain shit like that, right? my moral compass and my feelings of right and wrong are not askew, and certain things, and I don't care what certain people say or certain things happen, that's never going to change, right? So I'm not talking about those type of things, but at the same time, well, I can wholeheartedly say that I am a student of life. I love to learn. So I am fully aware that I don't know everything. You understand what I'm saying? I am very interested in trying to learn everything, but I don't know everything. So that whole stuck in my ways. How could I be stuck in my ways when I know I don't know anything, right? I don't say know everything, know anything. I don't know everything, right? So I'm saying it's like it could be definitely an energy of like really releasing yourself, and it's doing it in an energy because with the Empress, like you already know, like it's almost like the possibilities could be endless for you. Like I feel like I may be talking to some of y'all who are like real dreamers, right? And when I say dreamers, I'm talking about y'all know what I mean. Dreamers, the ones that like could be the ones that are like visualize something they want to do or something they want to accomplish and achieve and like really go after it, right? I feel like all of us could probably relate to like to having a dream and then run and then expressing that to the wrong motherfucker, right? A negative ass. Hey, oh look what the cat drug in, Mr. Tucker. Hey, hey, sissy, Cece, Cece, sissy, girl. Yes. So I feel like there is an energy of like it definitely feels like like energies that are resisted or guarded or in denial and all that. It's like it's releasing your soul from it, right? Releasing yourself from it. So let's get like I said, it's not carrying. There's the 9 of Wands and there's the 10. Like I told you, it's not carrying that, and it's almost like there's also an energy like where I'm not fighting to take nobody with me. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. Yeah, I'm feeling like I'm not fighting to take anybody with me either. And if there's anyone trying to resist you doing this, I feel like that's not gonna happen. There could be some resistance, but I don't feel like that's happening because I feel like there's a real energy of trusting you, the you I'm speaking to, what you're aware of, that you got to trust your own judgment, right? There's an energy of knowing what you can accomplish, what you can create, what you can manifest, and trusting your own judgment and having a wake up call about that. Give me some more for what you're aware of. This closed off energy. The High Priestess. Pisces, y'all in the building. This is intuitive. So now I have the Empress and the High Priestess, and in this deck, this Empress does take on some of the High Priestess's characteristics. Intuitive, right? She's intuitive. Underneath the deck is nurturing. Nurturing is on this card, right? Creative and magnetic. Some of you intuitively know that you have to close yourself off, and some of you also know to keep your mouth closed. It's almost like if anybody. I feel like if there's energies that's resistant, you know to keep your mouth closed. There's definitely a real energy of using your intuition, and I do feel like intuitively there is some sort of energy because it came up in nurturing too. I did say something about nurturing yourself, right? Showing yourself compassion and love, right? Wanting to take care of yourself and being protective of yourself. So some of you are definitely in a very protective energy of yourself. Your intuition is telling you to protect. It's like protect your peace, right? Yes. Yes, some of you are in the energy of protecting your peace, right? And it's like I ain't fighting. I'm not arguing and fighting to get nobody to do shit. I know what I gotta do, right? For sure. Mm-hmm. Yep, the Knight of Pentacles, and this guy, and like I said, you're using your intuition and you're being very wise because you're thinking about your long-term stability and security, right? I also feel like there's an energy of focusing on dealing with energies where there's energy of dependability and reliability and loyalty. Yeah, look, the Knight of Pentacles, the Chariot. I'm telling you, some of y'all are definitely in this energy where like I'm going to move forward, right? That is you moving forward for sure. I got Cancer. So okay, the signs I got so far. I got a lot of air. I have Libra, Taurus with the Empress. I have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces for sure. But I haven't told you guys all the cards is down yet, so I have more than that too. I'm just letting you know. Yeah, I do feel like there's an energy of whoever I'm talking to, if like you, what you're aware of is like I said, it's definitely an energy. Like I don't feel like you're interested in trying to change anybody's mind, right? You ain't interested in trying to change anybody's mind. You're not. Anybody who resisting, that's on them. Because I do feel like there's a real energy. Like I said, it's trusting my own judgment, trusting what I'm capable of, having a wake up call, right? That I gotta nurture myself. I gotta protect myself. Some of us is like there is an energy of huge wake up calls in relationship and in relation to relationships. This is in the air. There's huge wake up calls in that arena. I'm just gonna let you know. I see it about people definitely. It feels very much like I said, get in a space. It's very much getting in a space where I feel like people, not everybody, because everybody can't, and where you going, everybody can go. But there is an energy of a certain element of the collective, and I don't want to say finally, but I'm gonna say finally, like I said, once your head and your heart has come to terms, it's an energy of your head and your heart coming to terms with some shit, and like I said, being able to move on, and if it's not even like a physically move on, like being able to completely be over it, right? And I'm talking about things that, like I said, it's giving me very much it's giving me very much heart and head, right? Things that could have with your heart and your head, right? It could almost be like something like this, like something broke your heart and you can't stop thinking about why. Like you can't stop asking why it happened, right? So your heart is broken. You understand that your heart is broken. You understand what broke your heart, but your head can't, right? And while you're in that space, and when you're in that space, you really can't heal, right? You can't heal wondering why. And I'm just giving this as an example, but it really feels like to me when you hit that point when it's like one day, and it happens to me like this just things happen to me. It don't happen to be to y'all like that, but it could happen to y'all like that. Like you wake up one day, and instead of the question being why, it's like I don't give a fuck why, right? In a very powerful way, I don't give a fuck why it happened. It happened. And fuck you, right? Like, see, once you get like that, you're dangerous, right? And I don't mean it to be that nefarious. Like, it don't have to be a complete fuck you. But you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I definitely feel like that's in the collective, and it could have something to do with this. It was just an eclipse or something with Pisces, or something with a Pisces and an eclipse and something. I haven't been following it. I couldn't tell you. Some of y'all might know better than me because y'all follow astrology and y'all been tapped in. I haven't, but that could have definitely been something about this eclipse. Because, like I said, it feels like to me like a real awakening, like seeing some things really clearly and seeing it's bigger than just seeing it clearly, like I said, because you could see exactly with some shit that clearly of what it was or what happened and still be like in your head and can't wrap your head or your heart around it. But it's definitely in an energy where like I'm not gonna say it doesn't matter. It matters a whole lot less now, right? Like it doesn't matter like it used to. I'm not gonna say it don't matter at all, but there's an energy in the collective where it don't matter like it used to, and people got their head and their heart wrapped around whatever the f in the situation was, and they are ready to move forward, whether physically or literally. They're over it. It's water under the bridge. You understand? And there's an energy of opening oneself up to receive. And I feel like with the Six of Pentacles, it's what you deserve, right? The compassion, the love, The protection, like to receive the shit that you give, right? It's being open to, it's still being open to do that and give that, but opening yourself up to receive that as well. Because see, sometimes you can't receive that when you're still stuck in a loop dealing with a situation that doesn't give that, right? If I'm making any sense, okay? It feels like one of those things. I guess it took me a long time to say, but it feels like one of them things when something where there's a energy in a collective where it's finally like it is what it is, right? That's powerful as fuck. Do you understand me? It's powerful. And it's powerful because that's when something or someone or a situation no longer has a hold on you. Do you know as long as you still care and you stuck in your head and your heart about some ish, it has some sort of power and control over you. This is when someone is powerful. So it feels like there's a lot of powerful energy right now in the collective. Folks are feeling powerful, capable. They feeling like they're abundant, that they could nurture and create. They feel like they're magnetic, so they could definitely attract, right? They feel like they can give compassion and love and sincere feelings, and they deserve it, right? They want to deal with energies that wants to take care of them, because you know a lot of us are nurturing and we take care of people that we love too, right? They give protection, they want to receive it. And I feel like there's definitely an energy where like I'm done fighting. I do feel like the whoever I'm talking to is like I'm done. I'm not fighting. You want to resist? You ain't even got to resist because I'm not gonna say shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you don't have to resist because I'm not putting up a fight. I'm setting myself free. I trust myself. I know what I'm able to do. I'm going to free myself. I'm going to allow my soul to ascend past the whole damn thing, right? Make sure y'all throw that the likes if this is hitting, okay? Now let me tell you what we don't know that's going on underneath the surface, which I found very interesting. The first card came out was Venus. What's funny is there is an Ace of Cups in this deck, and I didn't mention it to y'all, but the Ace of Cups is also in the future. Just so you know, the near future that I'm going to clarify. But underneath the surface, so that's as above. This is what we know as above. This is what's clear to us as above, right? But what's so below is kind of like what I'm talking about now, right? And this is what we're unaware of, right? And then there's Venus, an offer, romance, love, beauty, creative arts, wealth, harmony, attraction, an offer. So we don't know that this is coming in. But you know what's funny about it? Because like with that, it's trust time. That's why I said it's trust time. Like it's really the time to trust. Or maybe I should have said it's time to trust, but I felt like it's trust time. And I feel like bigger than that, trust yourself, right? Trust yourself. And that's how you can trust the divine, right? Because you trust yourself. You can trust that you're on the right path. You can trust that all is working out for your higher good. You can trust that you can release control, right? And it's going to do what it's going to do. And you know that it's going to do what it's supposed to do. I don't know how I know this, but I just feel like this is what I'm picking up, and this is the energy that I got from it. And I feel like when the statement when I see your fate is in destiny's hands, it feel good. If I feel like my fate is in destiny's hands, for some reason I'm kind of betting on destiny. You know what I'm saying? And it looks like there's an offer coming in. You know, love. Let's clarify what this is. You're unaware of this. There's an offer coming in. Romance, love, beauty, creative arts, wealth, harmony. There's attraction. There's an offer. There's some sort of offer coming in. And I said that at 11:11, huh, L Queen? What is this about, Spirit? Clarify this energy for me. Look, the Fool. A whole new cycle, too, Aries. Aries energy here. This is taking a leap. A whole new beginning here. Page of Pentacles. I do feel like there's a new cycle coming in, and there's planning. There could also be a new cycle that's already kind of in the works. So below, like I said, because some of us are just kind of trusting, like we're just kind of trusting that whatever we're doing the right thing, right? And just kind of trusting that it's gonna manifest itself, and it does feel like so below. What you're unaware of is that like you're right, because I do feel like the Fool is a new beginning. A fresh start, a new cycle, right? And here's the Page of Pentacles. I feel like this is like telling me it's already in the works. It's already being planned. Maybe someone is already planning it. You're planning it. Maybe the divine is planning it, right? But yes, there's already a plan. Yep, look, Eight of Cups. Yep, it's already a plan. And when I feel like this plan comes in with the Eight of Cups, there's an energy of walking away from people, places, and things that's no longer serving. And the Ten of Pentacles is there. So it definitely makes me feel like this is bigger than this is big Eight of Cups energy, right? For sure. And it definitely feels like walking away from energies where there's kind of a security or a comfortability established, right? Walking away from some shit that's that could be that you're comfortable in, but uncomfortable, right? You're comfortable but uncomfortable. You get what I'm saying? You're comfortable in knowing exactly that something is what it is. That's for sure, right? What else came up and what we don't know is this Mars energy. This is passion, lust, anger, attraction, vitality, action, Knight of Wands. I want to see what this Mars energy is about because it makes me feel like it could have a lot to do with the energy that you intuitively know about, this resistance energy. I do feel like the energy that is ready, that has their head and their heart together, like has really come to terms and got their head and their heart together about situations. I do feel like that energy is being faced with resistance, and I do feel like there's an intuitive energy that knows it, right? Because the High Priestess is there with that. I feel like it's two-pronged. I feel like intuitively there's an energy of knowing that you have to protect yourself, like have your guard up and be on the defense. And you know what? I hate to say it like that, but unfortunately, you do. Like, you do. And I don't mean that in a negative way, but getting effed over, right? Getting effed over, getting used, getting abused, you know, that type of stuff will if you're paying attention, your ass will start learning that you have to be more defensive. You have to not play about yourself. And I do feel like there's some of that, right? Like knowing that I can't play about myself, right? For sure. It's almost like knowing when to fight your battles, right? I feel like there's definitely an energy of a lot of us being in this energy where we protecting our peace. And you ain't got to fight us about a damn thing. Just don't come disturbing my peace, because I'm not pushing you to do shit, right? I'm not gonna push you into shit. I'm not gonna force you into shit. I'm not gonna debate you about shit. I'm not gonna go back and forth with you about shit. I'm at peace. I know what I'm gonna do for me, right? So it's almost like knowing that you gotta protect yourself and protect your peace, but for sure. But there's also, I feel like there's present energy that's resistant, right? Resistant to. There's one energy that is open. The energy that's open and ready to move on is fighting with the type of energies that's resistant. And I feel like there could be somebody who was in this kind of energy about somebody feeling like that they're ready to go in a whole new direction. Someone could definitely be pissed. Whoever is ready to go in a new direction. Whoever's ready to do that is ready to move on, or is over it. Whoever is in that energy, there could definitely be energies that is pissed, right? And I feel like these are the energies that someone is ready to move on from, right? Energies that, like I said, I'm getting 38 odd, like where there could be immense passion, immense lust, but then there's anger, attraction, vitality, action. I just don't like it, right? I don't like it, and then it's the guarded, the resistant, the wounded warrior, like all of those struggle ass love, right? I consider that struggle love. Because people complicate love. Love is not that damn complicated. If I care about you, it should not be complicated to be able to treat you how I would like for you to treat me. That's not fucking complicated. It's not. And I feel like that energy may still be pissed. For sure. I feel like there's a energy of being very much aware that you got to keep your guard up from it, and then there's an energy of being aware that there's energies that are resistant The people who over it, moving on and being over it. Period. Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. Ace of Wands. You know what I feel like? I feel like this Queen of Pentacles is probably some of the same. Okay. That's a little messy. There could definitely be a somebody wanting to leave a woman and she 38 hot. For sure. There could be a woman that's 38 hot that somebody wanting to leave her. There could also be an energy of people being 38 hot because this Queen of Pentacles is in this Queen of Pentacles energy now, right? The Queen of Pentacles is someone who is very stable, very grounded. She nurtures herself, right? She can be nurturing, but she for damn sure nurtures herself, right? She nurtures her garden. She tends to her business. She could be a mother, right? Working mother. She take care of her business. Like she balance her own checkbook and all that shit, right? This could definitely be somebody 38 hot because somebody is really putting the focus on nurturing and caring for themselves, right? It could be a literal Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, pissed. It could be somebody pissed because somebody is in that energy. And with the Ace of Wands, it's almost like, yeah, and somebody got action too. Some of y'all, I got to tell y'all too, I picked up on this too. Some of y'all stay woke because I do feel like there's a new offer. There's something very new. Like some of you are open and ready for new and you're ready to move on. And that's happening. There's new coming in for sure. Some of you, there's going to be an old fool. I'm sorry, the official ambassador of the mulatto race. Hi, can you please mail me your glasses? What do you want? What would you do with my glasses? Then what would I use to see? These not even my fancy glasses. I got fancy glasses. These not even the fancy ones. What do you want with these? So anyway, yeah, there could be an old fool that pops up, y'all. Just be prepared for some of y'all. Because if y'all in this Queen of Pentacles energy, there could definitely be somebody popping up. Very lusty. I'm going to tell you that too. Very lusty, right? It's almost like, you know what I just picked up for some of y'all? Weirdest message, but I did pick it up. For some of y'all, somebody can intuitively pick up on that this is what you're doing and this is your energy. Some of you are dealing with somebody that's kind of intuitive themselves, and they intuitively pick up on this energy that you're doing this. And for some of you, somebody gonna rush back in, right? They picking up on that you on that energy, and they trying to rush back in. They could definitely be trying to come back in and whittle you in sexually, or they're coming in like very hot and heavy, right? For sure. I just also feel like there's a little anger and a little anger and a little Knight of Wands energy towards somebody who is in this Queen of Pentacles energy, for sure. It's two ways this is going. There's a Queen of Pentacles that's literally 38 hot because somebody is getting ready to go, for sure. Yeah, there could be a feminine energy. This is totally different from what I even been saying, but there could be a feminine energy that is picking up that somebody is trying to get up out of a jam and go somewhere new, and she could be 38 fucking hot. I just don't know why I know that, but I do. I see it. And she could also be like messing with the money, right? She gonna fuck up the money. Just picking up that's totally random. But I also feel like more than anything, I'm picking up the kind of energies of like that same old stuck in their ways and resistant ass energy, being 38 hot because somebody is in this Queen of Pentacles energy and focusing on nurturing themselves, focusing on their own stability, their own abundance. Because again, I did say, like I said, you're kind of setting your soul free of it, right? Like you could do whatever you want to do, right? I'm going to nurture myself. right? I'm going to nurture my own shit. You go ahead and nurture what you want to nurture, right? You go ahead and nurture the energy you're nurturing, and I'm going to nurture the energy I'm nurturing, right? Also, and what we don't know is reflecting. Got Virgo energy here again. This is shadow work. This is soul searching, deep introspection, evaluation, hermit energy, void period. So we're unaware of listen, there could definitely be someone doing some shadow work here. Someone is. We don't, like, this is unbeknownst to us. So let's find out what's going on with this shadow work here. What's this shadow work about here? What's going on beneath the surface? I feel like just period too. There's a lot of shadow work being done. Period. Like you, if it's resonating for you, like you could be also doing this shadow work too. This soul searching, right? Evaluation. There's an evaluation situation going on. There's somebody evaluating, and it has everything to do with the evolution. Okay, let me see. What is this reflection about here? Going on for what we don't know. There is some energy doing shadow work. Like there could be somebody 38 hot mad at somebody else because they focusing on themselves and nurturing themselves, but they also doing shadow work. But I also feel like they also are aware that somebody's going off in a new direction, right? Because I just feel like there's an energy of like certain type of negative energies and negative mindsets. People realizing that type of shit could definitely be the type of energy that's been holding them back as well. Like dealing with that type of energy and dealing with them type of people, like that could be the shit that's holding you back, right? 10 of Pentacles. There's a lot of reflecting and soul searching and deep introspection dealing with this 10 of Pentacles energy. Land, home, property, legacy, family, long-term stability, security. Someone could definitely be spending a lot of time in a crib. Look, the Ace of Swords. I'm right. There's an Ace of Swords here. I do feel like there's a lot of energy there's the energy right now in the collective underneath the surface, because it doesn't feel like it's the shadow work card is a quiet card. It's a Virgo card. It's like the Hermit, so it's quiet. There's a lot of quiet soul searching going on in the collective about long term, for sure. And Ace of Swords is telling me that I'm right. And then there's an energy of planning to walk away from people, places, and things that's no longer serving. That energy is going on underneath the surface big. Give me one more for this reflection. The Chariot, Cancerian energy. See, I told you this is planning on. This is the plan to move. Like I said, this Six of Swords energy, for some of us it is physical movement. Like some of us it is. I don't know. I haven't heard moving differently, right? So if it's not about you literally moving on, it's moving differently. It's for sure. However, somebody that made up their mind, and like I said, that Cancer Virgo energy here. The Chariot is about moving forward victoriously and successfully. Look, the Moon, big Cancer energy here. The unknown. This is telling me that they're like underneath the surface, and what we're unaware, if this is us doing this, we may be unaware of the unintended consequences of us doing this, right? Because this could be you doing this, and what you're unaware of is the unintended consequences of what you're doing. This is going to result in, which is definitely going to be new love, definitely going to be some efforts mad, right? But with the reflecting, the Ten of Pentacles and the Chariot and the Moon, it's telling me that people are definitely in this energy where they're ready to move into the unknown. It may be you know what you want, right? You even know where you're going. The unknown is definitely the Moon here telling me, and the Chariot is telling me that you're moving into the unknown because it's new, it's different, right? It's moving differently, right? So you don't necessarily know what's coming. That's why it's trust time, right? That's why you have to just trust, right? You just have to trust. Because you really don't know, but you kind of do know. And I hope I'm making sense, right? Yep. The Moon in the world, you just have to trust that whatever cycle is closing out, whatever lesson that you learned, whatever direction that you're going in, you're going to have to trust, right? Yes. And there it is, the Hermit. I'm telling you, they're telling me I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. There's the Hermit. I told you there's that Virgo energy. Someone has done a lot of soul searching about soulmate connections where there's been this, the Five of Swords. Like I said, the Five of Swords is definitely like it could be, like I said, manipulation, tit for tat, jealousy, competitiveness, right? Somebody who want to always got to have the last word, right? Somebody who want to win at all costs. The soul searching and the introspection, it's definitely been about those kind of connections, right? I don't know. Like it feels like energies with the Two of Cups and the Five of Swords, but we should be seeing eye to eye. That maybe that's how that started, or maybe that's how it was supposed to be, but instead it's the fucking Five of Swords, right? Yep. And then, like, literally, the cards change the narrative after that to really moving into connections where there's like energies that the lovers, the Four of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, where I see eye to eye. Well, I see eye to eye with these people. We get along. We work together. We bring the same kind of energy to the table. We all want to build the same type of stuff. We all waiting on the same kind of dreams to manifest, right? Yeah, we all manifesting and trying to make our dreams come true. Yeah, ooh, we. I hope I'm making sense, y'all. I really do. So let's talk about the recent past because the recent past was the card of spring, future, timing card, planting seeds, plans, preparation, putting in the work, and the Seven of Pentacles. I do feel like with the recent past telling with the card coming out on the past being the future, it could definitely be like in the past, in the past energy, whatever what the situations that we're talking about that someone is definitely emotionally and mentally over and ready to move on from. I do feel like in the past that could have been a situation where these were things that we at one time we saw a future in, right? Yes, it's like in the past, whatever connections that I'm talking about, I feel like there was seeds planted. I do feel like there was a idea that there was a future in it. That's why the seeds were planted. That's why there was plans and preparation. That's why someone put in the work, right? And the Seven of Pentacles is also the energy of waiting on the harvest to come in. So in the past, there was definitely an energy of waiting on the future to hit, right? Because you put in the work, right? You planted the seeds, you put in the preparation, right? It's almost like doing all that and seeing a future in something and coming to the realization at this point now, right? That there's no future in it. And that could definitely be why you had to get your head and your heart right before you could move on, because that type of shit ain't easy to accept, right? If I'm making sense, I hope I am. I do feel like that's what I'm looking at. I do feel like in the past somebody was waiting on a harvest to come in, waiting on a future, right? Thought that it was gonna be something that was gonna grow in the future. Let me go for this. Look, the Five of Pentacles. Look, but didn't get it. The King of Pentacles. Yep, I feel like in the recent past somebody feel like they put in a lot and got nothing. Now, bam, how you like that? Now they put that King of Pentacles where they go, right? And however it go. But the King of Pentacles, yep, Eight of Pentacles. Didn't I say that? Didn't I say somebody put in a lot of work to get a lot of fucking shit of nothing? And put this where this goes. Because look at the size of the pentacle that this King of Pentacles is carrying. Male or female, somebody feel like they like the King of Pentacles is somebody who he carries the bag. He finances. He be a boss, business owner, father. Masculine or feminine though, because I feel like this is deeper than just the sex on this card. Because the King of Pentacles is for damn show somebody. I feel like there was a level of accountability and support, and like a real, like I said, a real energy of really putting in hard-earned money, time. This feels like somebody put they sweat, blood, and tears. They planted seeds, they planned, they prepared, they put in the work, and they got a big ass goose egg for something that they saw in their future. I feel like they did that because they believed that there was a future, that there would be a future, right? I hope, I hope, I hope I'm making sense. I do feel like somebody worked their ass off. Yep, in the tower. I feel like the tower is coming to the realization, like, damn, I did all that for nothing. And I'm saying that like, and that's why that's why that Six of Swords feels so deep to me in the present. Because like I said, it's definitely it's bigger than just like moving on and water under the bridge and shit like that. It's like some shit where you really had to you had to wrap your head and your heart around it, like it is what it is. And sometimes that's the hardest thing for us. Sometimes that's the hardest part of our healing process, right? Accepting, right? We can't accept. That's why something hurts, because we just cannot accept, right? I feel like the tower with this under that Eight of Pentacles is like definitely like in the recent past, somebody definitely at the tower moment, like having to come to the acceptance that everything that they put in with this King of Pentacles into that energy, with all this everything, that all the seeds that they were planting and putting the work in, right, for the future. Whatever they put into some shit, they not getting it out of it with the Five of Pentacles. They not coming out of it with it, and I feel like, but the cold part about it is that it's not gonna be a part of their future either, right? It's almost like, yeah, okay, like I said, it is what it is, right? I'm gonna take that loss. I'm gonna take it right there on the chin. I'm gonna take that loss on the chin, but I ain't taking no more L's. And how do you make sure you don't take no more L's? You get the fuck on away from whatever energy did that to you, right? Right. So let's talk about the near future. Very interesting. I loved it. Nostalgia came out, which is the Six of Cups, right? This is memories, right? This could be missing someone. It's the Six of Cups. It could be like a past life soulmate. It's something about the past. It's something about memories in the past, right? But I also got the Ace of Cups in the near future, which is healing. It could be a romantic offer, renewal in love, compassion, emotions, new love. This when they came out together like this, it made me know that there's definitely an acceptance of the past, right? There's an acceptance of the past with the memories. There's an acceptance of the past, and there were good memories in the past, but there's also the future here with the Ace of Cups, and I like that, right? You know, we can't escape our past. We can't escape what happened in the past. No matter how much we would love to change what happened in the past, we all know we can't do that, right? I can't take back what I said 30 seconds ago. I said it on the internet. You know what I'm saying? So if I fucked up and said the wrong thing a minute and 5 seconds ago, I said it. I can't take it back, right? The past is the past. It's been said. You know, I could apologize, but I can't unsay it because it happened, right? So I feel like there is that energy with nostalgia, like holding on to the good times, right? Yeah, for real. Like the memories, this is nostalgic. It's this nostalgic energy, right? It's almost like, yeah, you know, being cool with the good times. We cool with that. Somebody cool with that. We cool with the past and the good times, right? That doesn't change that I'm going to move forward, right? You get what I'm saying? That don't change that I'm going to move forward. And then there's that Ace of Cups. Healing, right? Coming to terms, coming to grips, being okay with the good times in the past, also be feeling very ill, but there's new coming in. And I do feel like there is something about connections coming in where there is compassions, emotions, there's love, there's sincere feelings. Some of you had to really nurture yourself to get to this place. Some of you had to lick your own wounds. You had to go through some loss. Some energies of feeling very wounded. You went through some ish where you were feeling very rejected. Some of you got really fucking depleted and had to really, somebody did, had to really like care for themselves and recharge themselves. But there's an energy of setting your fucking self free. I love this. There's a real emphasis of the past no longer The past no longer having the ability to make someone suffer in the present and the future like it used to. And I'm picking up on that strongly. The past is still here. There's some memories here. Let me go ahead and clarify and see what I get here on this nostalgia. This is the Six of Cups. Now, in the near future, someone could definitely gonna miss the hell out of someone. Somebody could definitely miss the hell out of someone in the near future. Okay. But let me see what's about the Six of Cups here in the past. The Three of Wands and the Star wanted to fall out, but I want it clean. Spirit, clarify this Six of Cups for me. Oh, I said that, didn't I? The Hermit. Now listen. Some of you may be unaware, because I do have, I'm getting a lot of Hermit High Priestess energy here. If some of you are feeling this way about moving on from certain connections, I want you to know I feel very strongly that the connections that you are feeling this way about, like moving on from, and I don't want to say it so harsh like moving on from, but I like I said, it's just something about like you got your head and your heart in the right place about it. I love with some shit that maybe used to hurt me or make me angry in the past. I love when I get to the point where that shit don't affect me anymore. Because again, when something can do that to you, it has a level of control over you. So I do feel like there's an energy of not allowing shit to do that, like some energy to do that to you anymore. And if this is resonating, the energy that you may be feeling that about, I want you to know this energy is, this counterpart is also very intuitive. I do feel like this energy knows it. I do feel like this energy is doing a lot of soul searching and self-reflecting themselves. This energy could also be very secretly, quietly acknowledging to oneself, because I don't feel like it's being said aloud. They could be definitely acknowledging to themselves that they are going to miss you, right? That they miss you like hell, or that they're going to miss you. Because I do know whoever has gotten into this place that we've been speaking of since I started speaking, of this ultimate effing acceptance, and like it is what it is, right? And then in my heart and my head is cool now, right? It's cool, so I can move forward. And now I'm open for whatever the universe got for me, because I'm ready, right? Whoever in that kind of energy, the counterpart is very intuitive and receptive too. Like I said, as far as like being aware, there's an awareness. Like I said, there's an awareness. This energy might know that they have a lot of soul searching that they need to do. Because I feel like it's a very closed off, resistant Knight of Wands energy. Like I said, I saw the Five of Wands and the Nine of Swords. I feel like it's the kind of energy that would stress your ass out, keep you up at night, you know, make your ass hurt, damn near drive you crazy. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like whether you know it or not, that energy may not be saying it. That energy is doing some soul searching and know that they need to do some work on themselves. They do. And they also know that, I'm not going to even say if you're really in that energy, because I feel like you are in that energy. They do feel like they're going to miss you. Let me tell you this. They are going to miss the version of you that was, you just flow with me, because y'all understand what's going on now. They will miss the version of that person that was nurturing and compassionate, right? Because I feel like somebody was nurturing and compassionate and had sincere feelings and were protected and was protective, and they ended up feeling like this, lost, wounded, and rejected. I told you somebody invested and put a fucking lot in and got nothing out, right? They will miss that version of that person that done got their head and their heart right, and that's moving on and that's opening up themselves to something new. They will miss that version of that person, and they know whoever ends up, who's loving you, whoever ends up loving you, they know that person will be a lucky person. Let me just say that, right? Because the Empress is that. The Empress is intuitive, nurturing, creative, magnetic. I feel like the Empress energy is like I said, it feels like setting your soul free. Ascending. Ooh wee. What's underneath the deck? The Four of Cups. I'm telling you, somebody know. Somebody know that they gonna miss you. Somebody know that they fucked up and they lost the opportunity. Whoever's leaving, like I said, put it where it goes, because y'all know better than what's going on than what I know. And for some of y'all, I feel like I may be talking to you directly, but some of you, I may be talking about an energy that's coming towards you. Let me just say that. And I may just be telling you how this person feels. Just have to put this where this goes because it's specific and I know it's right. You just have to place everybody where they go in it. But there's an energy of somebody knowing that they gonna miss somebody with the Four of Cups. They fucked up. They lost the opportunity, right? Somebody know they fucked up. And I feel like they know that they're gonna miss you, that they messed up an opportunity. Look, justice, and it's karma, right? It's almost like whoever has finally reached that space that we've been talking about, and they're in that energy where they don't give a f no more, right? It don't hurt or it don't hit like it used to. It's justice. They deserve to be free. What's under that? The Ten of Wands. They deserve to be free. They deserve that. They deserve to not have to carry the burden about this. It's fair that somebody is no longer carrying a fucking burden of some ish, right? For sure. I feel like whatever situation somebody is over and not allow and got their head, they packing their head and they hard moving on from. I do feel like it wasn't fair to them. We talked about in the past somebody gave a lot and didn't get a fucking lot out of it. And whoever is gonna miss somebody, I feel like I'm picking up on somebody who was knowing that they effed up, that they gonna miss someone. Yep. They doing some soul searching, doing some deep introspection. They know that they need to really look deep inside themselves. Now listen, I cannot lie to you. This energy could definitely be wanting to come back towards you. If this is you, this I don't feel like, because again, I said this, there will be resistance, right? There will be somebody that is trying to resist someone from moving on. And it feels like staying in the same old shit with me, right? Somebody, they don't want to see you ascend and get on and move certain sort of way. I don't want to say be happy, but they don't want to see you ascend and move in some sort of way that they not willing to do, right? They resistant to some shit, right? They want to stay in some sort of resistant ass, defensive ass, combative ass stance, right? And it could definitely be somebody that's trying to put up resistance. They miss somebody. They know they fucked up, right? They know they need to do some soul. They know they need to do some soul searching, and they know they messed up. But I can't even say this energy ain't headed back towards you, because it could be. This energy could definitely be trying to make a comeback. But I know I'm picking up on, for sure, that somebody in this read is ready for new. It's hit too many times. Remember the Venus, the love offering the fool, the new leap, and then I told you this is like bigger than the Ace of Cups in this deck, and then here is the Ace of Cups in the near future. So I do have the past, right? And I do have energies from the past missing someone, right? And doing a lot of deep soul searching about it, right? I'm also feeling like somebody could definitely feel like they know there's gonna be a void, right? With somebody moving differently and being completely over some ish, right? No longer investing because they invested and they feel like they got shit out. They didn't get shit out of it. The future that they planned, the harvest that they thought they was gonna reap, it didn't come. And again, if somebody effed up and they know they effed up, that's what they get with justice. Like the scales are now balanced, right? That's what they deserve, right? For sure. I have the king of the cups, and the king of cups and the devil has been chilling by each other. They was chilling by each other last night, and I've been shuffled this deck a gang of times since then. It's under there. Give me one more on this Virgo energy, on this Hermit energy, on the Six of Cups for the near future. There's definitely somebody that's going to be sitting back thinking about it for sure. The Ace of Pentacles, I told you. Look, the Seven of Wands. I also heard this person may definitely, like, with the Ace of Pentacles, I don't know, because the Hermit energy could also be somebody who kind of watches silently too. They could be seeing someone have a whole new beginning. They could also be trying to block with the Seven of Wands somebody from having a whole new beginning. They could also know it's nothing they could do to stop somebody from having a whole new beginning, but they could also be trying to come back, right? Because there's that resistance again. They could be trying to come back with an Ace of Pentacles. But the aces are here and the aces are new, so I love the aces here. Let me see what the Ace of Cups is about. In the near future, there's a big old Ace of Cups, a very big old healing Ace of Cups. And it could be a romantic offer. It could be a renewal in love. It could just be a renewed, fresh feeling, right? Period. Like fresh, new energy, for sure. I love it. There's a lot of compassions and emotions and new energy, and I love it. Give me some for this Ace of Cups here for the near future. From the Hangman, Pisces, y'all in the building. The Page of Swords, ooh wee. The Page of Cups. What's up with all these pages? And the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like with the Hangman and the Ace of Cups here, I feel like it's almost like the energy is like all somebody got to do is hang in there. Like I said, it's kind of like that trust energy, like just hang in there. I don't feel like it's nothing for anybody to. I guess that's why it's like kind of trust. It's trust time, and like let your fate be in destiny's hands, because I don't feel like it's in the near future. It's a time to like really do anything. I feel like it's allowing things to come to you. With the Hangman and the Ace of Cups. And then I got the Page of Swords, the Page of Cups. So it's definitely an energy of being looked at. There's an energy of these, like this sweet energy, these sweet messages coming. And then here's the Wheel of Fortune. Here's the fate. Here's the change. And under that is the King of Wands, baby. Ooh-wee. Yeah, I feel like in the near future with this Ace of Cups at this point, and the Hangman, the Hangman doesn't feel bad to me. It doesn't feel stuck. It just feels like in the near future, all somebody got to do is kind of hang in there. Because I feel like there's options opening up. There's definitely some sort of energy of being looked at. We already got an Ace of Pentacles down here. There's an energy of being looked at. There's an energy of an offer of being extended. There's messages. There's like some sweet energy. There could be something about children too, for sure. But then there's that Wheel of Fortune. That's like letting fate. I feel like whatever's happening in the collective right now, and Sagittarius season could be prevalent about something like this too. So Sagittarius, fire energy is here. Fire energy, earth energy for sure. Pisces, Cancer, y'all here. A lot of air energy too. Lots of air, lots of thoughts. Earth is here, I said that, I believe. I feel like with the Wheel of Fortune here, it's almost like fate is in destiny's hands right now, right? Where all this is getting ready to go, and I feel like it's going in a very fated direction. I feel like everything that's happening and the decisions that are being made and the way certain members of our collective are moving, these are fated changes. And I feel like in the near future, it's nothing with the Hangman. It's nothing else. It's nothing else to do because it's happening. It's like it's allowing it to happen. Because I feel like with the Wheel of Fortune and the King of Wands, what's for you is headed to you, right? The King of Wands is a take action kind of energy, right? The King of Wands is someone who takes action, who leads, who steps up. So I feel like there's an energy of some things stepping up, right? Yeah, and the Knight of Pentacles is here in long-term stability, security, loyalty, and the Queen of Cups. Yes! And the Emperor is under the Queen of Cups. Okay, go ahead now. What am I saying here? Go ahead. See? And masculine, feminine, no matter who I'm talking about, it's like an energy of like it's like just kind of being okay and letting fate like fate is in Destiny's hands because it's an energy of what's for you is not missing you and it's coming towards you. The Queen of Cups feels like you could just like kind of be cool and receive love, right? Because I have an Emperor, I got a King of Wands, right? I got fate, I got the Ace of Cups here. Let me get one more on this. Ace of Cups for the near future. Pop me right in those. Ten of Swords. See, I feel like what's done is done. What's over is over, right? The Ten of Swords is telling me that no matter what kind of resistance is being put up to whatever in the near future, what's done is done. Yeah, and here go the King of Cups and Temperance. There's that divine timing energy again. It's like what's done is done. And it definitely feels like there's an energy of being opening oneself up for love, receptive of opening up, a generosity, equal give and take, right? Giving gifts, giving assistance, receiving assistance, nurturing, compassion, sincere feelings, right? The energy of wanting to take care of those who take care of you. There's definitely energy of opening up to that. And definitely got your mind right about where you headed and how and what direction you headed in, because what's done is done. And in the near future, what's done is like the energy with somebody with the Six of Swords is in the present. I feel like they already moving in that energy, and in the near future, the Ten of Swords is telling me what's done is done. Like that shit is happening. I want to pull one more card as a possible advice for us, and then I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all take care, y'all girl, with that like, comment, subscribe, share. Email me if you're interested in booking. Okay. This warmed me up. I promised my good friend a Leo read, so I think I'm going to pre-record a Leo read. If there's any other signs you guys want to hear, let me know in the chat, and I'll pre-record them. And I'll upload them in the middle of the night. Y'all just have to check y'all subscription feeds in the morning, okay? All right, let's get one for advice for my collective. Spirit, if you could give us one card of advice for this spread for my collective. One card of advice, Spirit. The Knight of Ariel, which is the Knight of Pentacles, I believe. Trustworthy, understanding, devoted, or funny. Or it's the Knight of Cups. Let me see. Trustworthy, understanding, devoted, and funny. There is so much to accomplish. Make a very detailed plan. Being watched over by someone kind. This is the Knight of Pentacles. And then we have the Page of Ariel, which is reliable, clever, educated, and balanced. Is the Page of Pentacles. An excellent opportunity will be offered to you. Scholarships or the pursuit of education. Time to get to work. There's getting ready to be a real energy of, that's that planning energy. Planning stability, right? With energies where there's trust, right? With people you can trust. People where there's trustworthiness, understanding, that's devoted. People who make you laugh, not make you cry. Right. This is what's happening in the near future. This is where this is fucking headed. And the energy that's going in that direction, there's definitely going to be some people that's going to miss your ass. But there's in the near future, there's an energy of planning this and building this. There's so much to accomplish. Make a very detailed plan, being watched over by someone kind. Yeah, didn't I say that protective energy where you can be good to the people who you don't play about and who don't play about you? Yeah, this is definitely somebody opening themselves up and being ready to move on. And like I said, it's because they got their head, and like they done wrapped their head and they heart around the situation. And it's like when you wake up one morning and you're not asking why anymore. It's like, I don't give a fuck why. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't hit the same no more. I feel like somebody has definitely came to a good place about whatever situation has been going on. They got their head and their heart together, and something don't hit the same, don't affect them the same anymore. It don't do something in a negative way to them anymore, and they're ready to move past it, forward, away from it. They're ready to get active, and they definitely open themselves up to receive. And it feels like they planning on dealing with energies going forward, because I feel like that energy of this nurturing and compassion and being trustworthy and understanding and devoted. Like I feel like that energy was given. I know it was given in the past, and like I said, thinking that certain individuals will be a part of someone's future. They did all that plan in the future with the energy where they again ended up with buckets. So there's energy of moving very much forward. The Ten of Swords, in the near future, what's done is done. And even though there's resistance coming in from someone doing this because someone is in that Six of Cups energy, missing someone and doing all this soul searching and maybe even trying to come forward and offer something, even though someone from the past may be doing that with the Ten of Swords, I feel like what's done is done. Okay? I love y'all. Okay? I hope the messages resonate. I thank y'all for kicking it with me, for trusting me, believing me, allowing me this opportunity. I hope something that I said gave y'all some peace, love, light, and clarity. I am going to do a Leo read because I made a promise. And again, if there's any other signs you guys are interested in me doing, speak now. I won't tell you forever hold your peace because I'm going to want you to talk to me again when I come back on. Let me know. Again, I am still offering a mini reads if you guys are interested. They are $25. Please email me for theloveofwatertarot@gmail.com if you're interested in booking one. I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves. Hope you guys are staying safe. Hope you guys are staying positive. Make sure that y'all love on y'allself super hard and love on the ones that love you back. You know, I'm going to stop telling y'all to take care of the ones you love. I'm going to start telling you to love the ones who love you back, okay? Because you are not obligated to take care of people who don't give a damn about you. And I'm not saying it like that because I'm actually a kind-hearted person, but I do feel like there could be, like a lot of us could be realizing that we've expended too much damn energy. You know, when it gets to the point where you're expending energy on people that you love, and like I said, it's the energy that came out in the collective when you done invested so much and put in so much and held a big pinnacle, a big feeling of responsibility and loyalty, and put in a lot of energy and effort, thinking that some shit was gonna be a part of your future, you know. And I do feel like there could be an energy of someone who did that, and they looking at that shit now, and it ain't so much as like they might have thought it was gonna be a part of their future then, but they looking at it now like, I don't even want this shit apart. Why was I even doing that? Because I don't even want this shit in my future, right? That's opening up to new, right? Like I said, I don't even want this shit in my future. But again, no regrets. Remember we talked about that. The problem might be having the regrets that you suffered in silence, or that you held back, or that you let it bother you in the first place. No regrets. No regrets, right? I love y'all. I hope something resonated for someone. Again, I'm gonna go ahead and do some signs. I know it's pretty late. My schedule is kind of screwed up, and a lot of y'all going to bed. But I will have some content put up for you guys. I'll probably do if I do Pisces, I won't air that to the morning. But I don't know. It depends. We'll see. But I'll have some more stuff put up soon. Hey, uniquely. Is it Ivani or is it? Let me see. Iviani. I want to know how to pronounce it because I like the way it looks. My name kind of looks like that. I'm CHIANTI. It makes me think that it's like my name is ethnic. My name is Italian. Clearly I'm Italian, right? But my name is definitely Italian. Let me get out of here. You guys have a good one. Let me go ahead and get myself together so I can make some more videos. You have a good night. You guys stay beautiful, stay blessed, stay high vibing. Please, if you can't do anything else for me, hit that like button on your way out. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.